understand the thin blue line and Black Lives Matter, but America is at stake right now.
Yeah.
And we need to deal with the spirit behind what's causing this pervasive tension. We need to address that, because if we keep dealing with the fruit, we will never heal, because the root is still there.
That's right.
I agree with all of it, and I hear what you're saying, Orrick, and what you're saying, Dewey, but you got to meet me at the 50-yard line. I don't think it's a matter of bad police as much as I think it's a bad system. When you realize that in the 21st century that the millennials have not seen a victory in terms of civil rights.
That's true.
Nobody went to jail for Trayvon Martin, for Freddie Gray, for Michael Brown, for Eric Gardner, even when you catch it on video. And so I think there's got to be an overhaul, because it feels like for many blacks, it's hunting season with no fear of repercussion.
That's true.
And so I think that we've got to have an honest dialogue about where it is that we are and scrub it all the way down, because it's not just small southern cities, it's major cities as well. And so in order for it to work, we've got to move from a hood mentality to a community mentality that covers all of us, so that we're able to move forward in a healthy place.
Here's one of my thoughts on that. When you say the community mentality, the reason that I feel like our country is tearing itself apart is because we made this a black and white issue and not an injustice issue, which means people from all walks of life need to say that's wrong, not because the individual is black, but because he's human. These are human beings that are being oppressed. And it's not just color, but it's also class. A lot of this is class-based as well. People who don't have a political voice, who feel powerless, who don't have the same socioeconomic status as other groups of people. So we need to deal with all of the underlying factors. It's not just race, and we need to address that as well. And if we paint, again, all people with a broad brush because the whole Black Lives Matter, some who disagree with that movement will say you're trying to demonize all white people. And we can't do that either, because there are people who are on the other side saying, I see the injustice and I understand and would like to understand more. So we can't be angry and say, no, you can't help us. You absolutely can help. You can help by literally standing and saying injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere.
Let me tell you why I'm elated to be here. Number one, we cannot diminish or presume that this is a colorblind society. It is not.
Absolutely.
Race is a real issue that has to be dealt with and discussed as we move forward. But the thing that I've really relished in this dialogue is historians long after us will footnote that this is the very first movement of civil rights in America not led by the church.
Wow.
It's the very first time that clergy are not on the front line. And the absence of spiritual mobilization is evident in how it is that we move. So how it is that we proceed. You spoke to the police officers. I want to speak to clergy.
Absolutely.
Black and white. If you want to heal America and change a generation, take your robe off and go hit the street corner and do something that's going to change where it is that we are.
Come on, Jamal.